anybody can be a coach. Hey, anybody can be a coach. You know what? I'm gonna put a sign out there so you really go crazy. Look at Steve Kerr. He's the Milli Vanilli of coaching.
So he's not the coach?
He's the Milli Vanilli of coaching, which I mean is you can go stand in the same spot like Luke Walton did and win 20-something games when you got the right horses just running. Sometimes less coaching is the best coaching. But some of these guys like to act like they really coached some guys that know how to play. How do you coach KD, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson? You know how you coach them? You don't. Turn your back and do what they do. As soon as they win a championship, everybody says, oh, he's a great coach. That team was put together by Mark Jackson. And now he jump up and try and take all the credit. That's why I call him the Milli Vanilli of coaching. Because he's not MJ. Not Michael Jackson, but Mark Jackson.
But we had some examples, like MJ did not win any championship.
Yo, appreciate y'all subbing, hitting that notification bell. It's your main man, Able the Hero. And good Lord, there are times where your boy Lavar seems to say something and the streets will be like, bro, he tripping, he really tripping. How you gonna say that? And they will call him crazy. And then give it some time and things start to come back and resurface and you start to hear the soundbite from 2 years ago and you say, bro, was you ahead of your time? The soundbite come back 3 months later, bro, was you ahead of your time? How did you see it? They told us you were crazy. We're looking at a game last night from the Warriors where they played the Toronto Raptors and they lost 130-77. Good God, what? How, Sway? At some points in this game, they were down by 61 points, the Warriors were. 61 points was the biggest lead of that game. Appreciate y'all subbing to the channel. Let's take a look at this. 61 points last night, the biggest lead at times. How are you ever down in a game 61 points with professional athletes? I wasn't going to talk about this, right? But then I was over there on Twitter and I seen folks really just talking about, you know, Steve Kerr, the coaching staff, and how if you really watch a lot of these games, it seems that they're trying to fit their current players to the archetype that they had a couple years ago when you had a Hall of Fame, you had 4 Hall of Famers on your team. You had Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. You had all of those Hall of Famers. Even take off Kevin Durant, you had 3 Hall of Famers there. You had an Andre Iguodala, you had a Sean Livingston, and you're trying to fit that archetype, and that seems to be like a one-trick pony situation. And so I was really, when I was listening to folks kind of go off on the Warriors, it just took me back to that Lavar quote. And it reminded me of that time where he said something about Magic Johnson being the face of the Lakers and not really having no control. And everybody was like, bro, that's so disrespectful. How do you say that about Magic? And then come to find out, Magic comes out months later and be like, I'm out. They told me I had control, but I don't got control like I thought I did. And then it's like, dang, bro, you're right. And so the chickens come home to roost a little bit longer for the Golden State Warriors. Well, probably even sooner if you consider last year and some of the woes that they've had when you don't have those horses, right? And let's be honest, right? If we pull up the box score yesterday, it's important to note that in that game, your 2 Hall of Famers DNP. They did not play, Steph Curry and Draymond Green. However, these are NBA players. James Wiseman is the number 1 pick in the draft this year, right? So he should be decent. Andrew Wiggins is a number 1 pick in the draft. You know what I mean? You got guys here, Kelly Oubre, the Kent Bazemores, who should not be in a situation where you're losing, or not even losing, but you should find yourself down in a game by 61 points. I seen somebody say on Twitter oh, really what it is, it's the players. And it's like, yo, the coaches is doing so good. What they need to do is get rid of some of these stat-hungry players and send Steph Curry and Draymond Green to the Knicks. And obviously, this was a Knicks fan because he is full of cap. Now, it's just so interesting to when I hear these rumblings about Steph Curry being recruited from LeBron James to go to LA and he putting bugs in his ear and all of this stuff. And then I watch the Warriors crumbling like this. To me, I wonder how much of those conversations that I will admit that I was dismissing. I don't see Steph Curry leaving Golden State. I feel like he gonna be he in the worst case scenario, he'll be like a Dwayne Wade to Miami type guy, where maybe down the line they have a tiff, they go separate ways, and then realize that they both better with being in each other's lives type of situation. You know, you had that one girl before where over the last 10 years y'all been off and on, that type of situation. I could see them doing that. Or a Kobe situation where from start to finish you rocking out that way. I don't see him leaving. However, when I start to see this type of stuff transpire, it started to make me question what's really going on behind the scenes over there in Golden State. Let me know what y'all think here. Is this nothing to really be worried about here, or is this a sign of the times? Is this a sign of doom, imminent doom for the Golden State Warriors, and their whole what they got going right now in the immediate future? And also, once we see this now, this even more so begs the question: did y'all make the right decision? Should you have drafted James Wiseman? Because people said this the gap. This is the player that they needed. He was going to fill in the one spot that they didn't have. And when typically when you're filling in the one spot that you got a gap, that means you're getting better. That's the spot. If we get one of these, we're going to be straight. And you got one of these and you're not straight. Maybe you needed something else. When I'm looking at this here, you ended up scoring 77 points. That's boof. That's bad business. You're looking over here, the Raptors, 50% from the field, 66% from the field, 57, 40, 66, 58. And you telling me that y'all needed a big man to protect the paint play? Somebody over there got to be sliding down like this, and because somebody's job got to be in jeopardy. And obviously LaMelo hurt, so in a world where you copy and paste things, he wouldn't even play tonight either. However, if he played over there, we don't know if he get injured. So it's a lot of universes and multiverses. You can go down for that, but I'm just saying, I don't see them getting down by 61 with my dog LaMelo on the court. I don't see it happening. And that's the way I feel about it. Let me know, did they make the right decision? Is Steve Kerr the Milli Vanilli of coaching? Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. It's your main man, ABD Hero, we out.
No, not peace. +1, triple B's, we out.